Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We're going into our third and final game of FlaSh, going up against Ruin, and I think it's what people have probably been waiting for. Kind of anticlimactic in that last one, but we're on Roaring Currents, our island map. I'm interested to see the way FlaSh wants to play this. I've seen FlaSh on his stream. When the map first came out, I saw FlaSh playing it a little bit, and I tuned into some of his Terran vs. PROTOSS here. And it was hilarious because he was like doing timing attacks or killing like three bases on his opponent's side and then just dying to carriers anyways and just being like, what? Like, how? it was pretty funny. So I'm interested to see what he has figured out now. Roaring Currents is definitely a PROTOSS map. Anything with a ramped natural Nexus first becomes pretty much unstoppable. But also it's a two-player map, so they can do things like proxy gate you or offensive gas you if they want to. I don't know how Ruin will end up approaching this. I think there's a lot of options. FlaSh is actually out of his base super fast. He was looking for proxy gates in these two areas. These are the most common areas to see the proxy gates. When you start getting further away, their power goes down as well. And it looks like he actually wants to do command center first. Unfortunately for him, a probe followed him, so command center first is very difficult here. He might put down a barracks. This is really interesting. Like, I mean, command center first is a bit of a gamble for sure. But if they don't have a proxy gateway, you can make it work. Proxy gateway is like instant win against it. And look at this. So Ruin forces FlaSh to make it off center. So you are going to have to lift this and then land it. And he's continuing to harass as well. Very, very good probe micro. And it's a Nexus first behind this. FlaSh, though, not even blinking at the probe being here so early. Like, I feel like I would have put down a barracks. I'd be like, oh no, maybe he did put the gates here, but FlaSh is expecting better play than that. That's a funny thing, isn't it? The thing is, you can take risks like that against really strong players because they won't do completely unoptimal stuff. Whereas, again, if FlaSh is playing here against a B rank ladder player, the gates might be here. But of course, he would know he's playing against a B-rank ladder player, so he'd expect something different. Unless we got a B-rank ladder player, put him on Ruin's account, and then he did B-rank ladder stuff and beat him anyways. It's a possibility. I'm just saying. Woo! He gets the probe. Okay. Where are we at? I mean, both of them doing very, very greedy builds. The command center will readjust. Kind of annoying to have to deal with, but such is life. FlaSh going to get his factory going pretty quickly here. His SCV has scouted what's going on. A zealot was made. Okay. And he'll probably just pop out a Dragoon and go Robo. So a few things to mention about Roaring Currents. I think since the last time I casted it, Terran vs. PROTOSS here, I've learned quite a bit about the map. You know, this is a map I vetoed very quickly. It's kind of insane, not great for practice, but like tank drop here is incredibly strong. So we see a lot of PROTOSS players very quickly get a shuttle and put like a Dragoon here, maybe a Zealot here, something like that, to just deter a quick siege tank drop to hit the probes. So yeah, this area is very important for PROTOSS to make sure that they control. I just wanted to point that out really quickly. So double factory. Is this going to be a depot? Oh. 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 FlaSh canceled a factory and just made 2 starports. Okay. He's got 1 Marine right now. He's making 2 starports with a canceled fact. Okay, okay. FlaSh is determined to make Sky Terran work, guys. So there are two port Wraith builds against PROTOSS that we've seen. So let me give you a brief rundown of modern day 2 starport Wraith against PROTOSS. Okay. It basically started the map 76 from several ASLs ago, like maybe 2.5 years ago, I think it was in. Light had a strong 2 starport Wraith build that he was utilizing against PROTOSS that to good effect. He was the only Terran that was doing well on that map against PROTOSS. Then it kind of went dry for a while. We have seen, and I've done on this channel, at least 1 or 2 games of speed going 2 starport Wraith against PROTOSS. His particular brand was just a normal opener, like a factory expand. Then he'd make a missile turret ring early so that observers couldn't get in, then go 2-port and actually harass a bit with it. So that was really interesting. But that never really... It didn't seem like... It seemed like he was trying it, seeing if it would work. Didn't really. It kind of... He won some games, but it was like, eh. And now that Roaring Currents is out, this is not the first 2-port build that I've seen on this map. So if you go 2-port Wraith here, and in fact, this build was given to Barracks by FlaSh to use against Mini. He'll go... Notice how he's going dropship as well. So you go Cloaked Wraith, and you deal with the shuttle very quickly, and then you deal with everything over here and drop siege tanks to siege. And you'll follow that all out with 2 base timing push. So this is a FlaSh special. And if you've watched ASL, you've seen it. So there's the dropship coming in. Observer going to be killed. Didn't pull it back quite in time there. And where's that 3rd Wraith he needs to repair? He has Cloak, and he has Comsat, so he can actually scan and kill. He has 3 scans. Okay, single SCV being ferried down to this location for a command center. Okay, this I haven't seen. This is FlaSh working on some new stuff, because the 2-port Wraith, control this area, drop siege tanks build, goes into a timing push. This, it looks really similar. He might actually be preparing this for Barracks versus Snow. That might actually be what we're looking at here, because it looks really similar to what Barracks did to Mini, but it's actually into expansion. So if you prepare for a bust that comes afterwards, that's going to be the worst case scenario for you. So Ruin in some trouble here. This is really fascinating. Flies over towards the Robo. Shuttle is hiding. Observer's a bit slow here. 4 tanks. Double dropship. 4 goons. Well, there are 4 tanks coming, though. 4 tanks are going to just destroy 4 goons. Especially with dropships there. My God. And then he's got the Wraith, so it's like, yeah, you can bring in a shuttle, but you're losing it. Oops. Not anymore. Definitely a bit of an error there. Loses all of them. And in fact... Oh, wow. He targets down dropships. I don't know about targeting the dropships there, because that allowed the tanks to just mangle everything. Wraith's going after this shuttle. Gets it. Needs to save this, and he does save it. So that's going to give him vision, and this is going to deny mining for a minute. Yeah, this is definitely FlaSh workshopping something new for against Snow. 100%. And honestly, if I'm Snow preparing for my next match, I would watch FlaSh's stream and watch FlaSh's ladder games. Not Barracks. This is crazy. So, I mean, this is annoying, but this is not the end of the world for Ruin. Right? It's denying it, but you're not killing the Nexus. Like, eventually he should be able to clear this. More factories on the way. You know, he lost his dropship, so he hasn't been able to ferry over. He hasn't been able to ferry over more SCVs yet, which is obviously a bit of an issue. He's getting a dropship now, adding factories now. So his own economy has been hurt a little bit from that lack of dropships. compared to what it could have been. Legs on the way here for Ruin. This is really exciting to see. Like, I do think he's workshopping. I don't think that we're going to see this exact build against Snow, but, like, he's trying out some ideas for sure. Okay, here come the shuttles from a funny angle. Oh, no, it's only 3 goons that got in. Well, that's about the worst targeting that we could have had there. And FlaSh will kill the Observer. Still has 2 siege tanks. Damn. 4 base for Ruin, but only mining from 3. He's lost so many shuttles. It looks like he might actually just be planning, like, kind of an all-in play here. Like, he's making more shuttles. I feel like this should have been a 2-robo game, but he's just adding all these gates. Like, he's going up to 10 gate. So I think he might just try to plow through everything FlaSh has. And FlaSh doesn't have much. He's at 6 factories, adding a 7th. That's not that much. 10 gate might be able to just break through everything. The amount of money FlaSh has put into Wraiths, dropships, and siege tanks dropped here. Yeah, I could see that being difficult. FlaSh moving out to defend his 3rd base. One thing to note, the buildable terrain here is really, really minimum. Like, I believe you can put a turret here and that's it. So, like, holding the bridge can be a good idea, but you don't have a lot of anti-air there against shuttle play. All right, Ruin moving across. Yeah, FlaSh has enough against this. You gotta do a few more rounds if you want to try to actually break this. And really, this is such a thin area. I don't know if that's even going to end up working. He really should just clear this, though. 2 shuttles would do it at this point. 100% he could do it with this. FlaSh just doesn't have that much left over. Okay, so he's cleared this area. I don't expect any more FlaSh drops in there. Yeah, I think the rest of the game will probably be played on land for FlaSh. Because I think from here, you're not going to get anything better than trying to just push Ruin down. Ruin's position not looking super great. He does have a lot of minerals banked up here. He's actually capped, supply capped. So he actually missed some pylons in here, which is not super common. I think the game has been so wonky that he's had some problems with his macro. Because he could 1,000,000,000% be maxed out right now. Like, this is not the greatest example of Ruin's skill, which makes sense. Like, this is a very bizarre game that FlaSh is bringing into weird areas, and Ruin is a metagame follower, a metagame aficionado, if you will. So I think this has really thrown him off, because he could have been max. He was at 164 when this push came, and he's doing some counter drops that are, like, doing okay, but, like, he literally could have had another group and a half of zealots to fight this with, and instead FlaSh is just rolling through everything. And you can see he's, like, throwing down mass pounds now. He's recognizing, oh shit, I've been super supply blocked this whole time. So, very interesting game, but, well, hold on. I mean, I guess FlaSh isn't mining here. He lost a little bit of mining time. It feels like Ruin's dead to me, but he did re-get this base. So, like, yeah, he loses this, but he killed a base for FlaSh. Ooh, not a bad scarab. Doesn't quite get that other one off. But yeah, killing this Nexus, if he gets this, like, that's pretty damn good. He does have quite a bank, so he's able to macro up really quickly after he gets unsupply blocked. But it does look like that Nexus is going to fall. And that's incredibly, incredibly painful. You can't go down to, like, one... Or I guess it is technically still 2 mining bases, but... Ouch. Wow, really good D-Matrix right there. Targets down that High Templar as well before any storms can get off. Ruin trying to clear this still. He actually is going to clear the tanks. But this... Well, hold on. Look at the supply differential now. I guess it pays off to not macro. He's got all this supply now. He's up 50% in supply somehow after all of that. But he's got, like, he's barely mining. Barely mining. Looks like he's going to bring some probes out to some other locations. Getting a Nexus out on an island. FlaSh setting up here. Getting a new base. Oh, another Reaver drop. 27 kills on that Reaver. Holy crap. Oh, not a bad Scarab. One-way trip, but we'll see what he gets. Really? I mean, brings him down to 44 SCVs. Does Ruin have a chance? I feel like Ruin's dead still. Maybe not, though. FlaSh's supply is so low. His SCV count is particularly low, so his army supply is a little bit better than what this looks like. Right? Let's call it 120, 165 to put in perspective for you what the actual army supplies are. And, like, you can kind of hold the bridge. It's not super high technical army. There are High Templars in it, but, like, the shuttle count has been kept pretty low. I don't know. FlaSh can definitely stabilize these bases and get his economy back up and get his supply back up as long as Ruin doesn't kill him right now. Okay, Ruin really trying to kill him right now. Gets very good Scarabs there. Very, very good. In fact, his Speed Zealots are going to get on top of these tanks and Goliaths. Wait a minute. Ruin's going to win this? The guy lost his third and fourth base. This is crazy. Siege Tanks try to rotate down to keep the third base alive as the fourth tries to float away. Well, this was not what I expected at all. Now, hold on. FlaSh is technically going to hold on here. Oh, God, no. He's dead. He's dead. That's it. That's too much. That's too much damage. Might even force a lift off here. Yeah, we just heard mass scans. That's when you're just checking. You're like, oh, he did remake the Nexuses. Like, I guess I'm dead. Now he's going to lose his command center. GG is called. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Guys, let me know what you think about what FlaSh is trying out here. Kind of a Sky Terran E opener. Very similar to a build already used, but a third base with it. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.